You doing what you can, or are you doing what you gotta? Are you running for some meaning? Are you running for a karma? Are you trying for a reason?
Welcome to the LUMR Podcast. This week on the pod, we have the band daysormay from Vancouver, Canada. They play alternative pop rock music. Recently put out their single Running, as well as the acoustic version, and a couple of YouTube videos accompanying those, the music video, an apartment version of the song, and a couple of live streams as well. So if you would like to go check those out, their YouTube channel is daysormay, as well as everything else, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, right? Everything's just daysormay. Yeah, thank you so much for being on the podcast, you guys.
Yeah,
Do you guys want to go around and introduce yourselves by name and say what you do in the band?
Yeah, you start. We'll go
Okay. I'm Aiden. I sing, I play guitar and keyboard, and sometimes some ukulele. Yeah.
I'm Carson. I play the drums. That's it. I'm also 21.
And my name is Nolan. I play bass and keyboard in the band.
And he's 12.
And I'm 21 as well.
Yeah. So I found you guys on TikTok. I don't know if you've been getting a lot of new fans from that. Has that platform been kind of a turning point for you guys, or is it just something you picked up during lockdown for fun?
It was kind of just we were doing dumb stuff anyways, and then we might as well just put it on the internet.
Yeah. TikTok is your platform to.
Yeah. It's been cool. It's been we've had a decent amount of listeners coming from that.
Yeah.
But I still think our biggest is Instagram, maybe.
Yeah, at the moment when we started on TikTok definitely was by far the fastest growing out of anything.
We had a couple videos kind of blow up. Kind of blow up.
For us, yeah.
Yeah. No, their algorithm is cool because it kind of enables you to find really niche people. I'll get videos all the time where it's people have very little followers and they just put up a couple videos, and that's so fun to me that anybody can kind of blow up on there. I just got into it. I was I held out as long as I could, and then lockdown happened and I just needed something else to consume. Okay, so you guys met in school, right? Years ago, started a band together. I would like to know, at what point did it go from just being for fun to something that you actually wanted to pursue as a career and do for real?
Maybe
I kind of think it was pretty early on that we were this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Because the three of us started playing Green Day covers when we first started. So that was I guess that started out, that was just for fun, but then very quickly we started writing our own songs, which were pretty bad for a little bit, but we were committed. So but yeah, I would say pretty early on in playing together.
I think later in high school when it was the no going back moment, I think.
Yeah,
which is great.
That's awesome. Do you guys all write the songs? Is there any one of you that's the lyricist, or do you all kind of piece them together collaboratively?
I write the lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, it's just me writing the lyrics. Could change, but
yeah.
So far,
I honestly don't see that.
I don't see it
unless Carson starts.
No, that's not really my thing. But all the music and the arrangement and everything is all collab. It's the whole time. It might start out maybe I'll come with a little idea, or Nolan will or Aiden will, or someone might come with a full what they think is the full song, and then it'll kind of go from there. But yeah, it's super collaborative, and except the lyrics are just all Aiden. There's been a couple times where we've suggested maybe try this word instead of this word, but that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So did you guys start playing music individually before you met each other, or was it?
Yeah, we were all already playing instruments, and then we met. Our parents were already kind of friends, and we met all skiing together. So we were like friends that all just played instruments separately. And then like one day we were like, we should like play our instruments together.
Yeah.
It was super
Wait.
weird.
You met skiing?
Yeah, he just
I feel like that's so Canadian. That's such a Canadian way to be.
Yeah.
We all like cross country skied together.
No.
And then it was like one random day we were like, let's just like play together.
That is
Just because like it just worked out that like I played the drums, Nolan played bass, and then Aiden played guitar and sang.
Yeah.
You can't call
Perfect
it that.
fit.
But, yeah.
All the pieces.
Yeah, it was super weird actually that it worked out.
Serendipitous.
Yeah, so weird to think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, the skiing is like, and then to make it more Canadian, we were like competing in skiing and like like flying across the country to compete in cross country skiing.
Wow, that's wild. How long does it have to be to qualify as cross country? Like 3 miles?
It's just like the style or like the technique or whatever.
Oh, okay. So it's not a distance thing.
No,
different skis and like yeah.
It was
That's funny.
We have a strange origin story.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's cool. Straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what you listened to growing up, like a specific album or artist that, or even live performance or something that got you into music more?
Yeah. Well, for me, I think there was a guy who used to be in the band named Craig, and he was like my best friend in elementary school, and we're still good friends. But like, so he showed me a lot of music that I got really into. So when I was around, like when I was starting to play bass and stuff, I got really into like Rush and Led Zeppelin and like classic rock bands.
Yeah.
And then after that, kind of more into like kind of more into like Rise Against and like Green Day and sort of like the pop punk sort of thing. But yeah, so that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rise Against was a good one. That was probably based a lot of like what guitar I got and like how I played and stuff off those guys. I think I listened to a lot, and I don't know. I don't know if there's like one defining one. I think I just listened to a lot of music and copied what I thought was cool, and then tried to eventually make that like more original. But yeah, Rise Against is a good one, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's a common one.
It's a common one.
Yeah, we were all into Rise Against like when we started.
Yeah,
I was like
really Savior. It's the only Rise Against song.
Oh yeah.
It's like their most popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really into like Rage Against the Machine, so it was like
Okay.
yeah, favorite band ever.
Yeah, they're great.
They're just so great.
It's intense.
That was,
Okay.
yeah, that was probably like their first album, Rage Against the Machine, was probably like the album where I was like, okay, like this is what it's all about. And then from there, like I listen to a ton of music now, and also listen to Rise Against and Rush, big into Rush, and
Yeah. Neil Peart, great drummer.
so great, and also like Canadian. So like Canadian
Yeah.
legend.
Oh, I didn't know he was Canadian. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're Canadian. So
Very
it
cool.
was so like that kind of stuff. But yeah, we all kind of bonded over Rise Against, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not anything how we sound.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're listening to like intense bands. You're into more like all
Yeah.
pop type stuff.
Yeah,
I guess that's what we were more into when we were like, I don't know, like 12 years old.
Yeah,
So
that's what
that's
got
like-
you into
That was like
playing.
what got us into it, and then we all started listening to like more like
Like now, like pop music or hip hop or
Yeah. Is there anyone now that you kind of try to emulate sound wise or look up to sound wise for what you
I
currently?
wouldn't say anyone specifically. I think, but like I think there'll be like lots of like I'll hear a song from someone, I think like, oh, that's really cool. And I think it just ends up being like a blend of all the stuff that we listen to.
Right,
Yeah.
like pulling pieces from different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more just trying to make there'll just be like certain songs like often when we're like driving together or we're like, I don't know, all listening to music together. I think the only thing we're kind of trying to emulate specifically is like there's certain songs that make us like all look at each other or like freak out or whatever.
Or like feel the same.
Yeah.
Or the same thing. I think that's maybe most thing we're trying to emulate. Just because I feel like it's more of like a feeling thing than like a specific sound thing.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yeah. So you guys' music videos, get very creative with those. They look like a lot of fun to make. You make like behind the scenes and stuff and everything. What's that process like, coming up with the ideas and like getting together to shoot all that stuff?
It sucks.
Yeah, it's the hardest. That's the hardest part.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's only brutal because we're like really hard on
Ourselves.
But it is fun. It is fun. It's fun when you're like doing it and you're like realizing that most of it is working and like you won't have to like be doing it forever. I don't know. It makes me sound like I hate it, but like no. I think it's just like usually we'll just sit around and like just talk about the song and maybe just like visual things that we're into at the moment, like aesthetic wise or whatever, or we'll have like cool reference photos or something that we like, and then I mean, it happens differently every time. Sometimes songs, when you're writing them, they kind of come with at least for me, they come with like a visual companion for some reason. So like some songs are easier to do than others for videos because you kind of already know what it looks like.
Yeah, that's a very clear idea.
Yeah. So it's different every time. I think it's just like I think I'm like a bit bitter about it now because the running video was so hard to do.
Yeah.
Everything went wrong for that one.
Yeah.
Everything just went wrong. So it's like we had to kind of start from ground zero the day we planned to start shooting. But once we actually like got into the flow, shooting was fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean,
it turned out good, so it was worth it.
I'm glad.
Have you guys ever dealt with like anxiety or stage fright when it comes to performing or making music, or does it just kind of come naturally to you?
I definitely used to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm like when I'm playing with the band on stage, I'm not really nervous. I guess I'd be like I'm most nervous about like I don't know, messing up or something, but it's not like an active like nervousness sort of thing. But I think that's mostly just because I'm like with two other people on stage. Because I remember one time I used to play trumpet in high school, and I played like the Remembrance Day, like, or I guess it's Remembrance Day, and I played like this trumpet thing in front of like an elementary school, and it was the most nervous I have ever been in my life. But I'm like, it doesn't feel right just being like just me here, like in front of like anyways.
Yeah.
But,
I've gotten nervous a few times. The ones that feel like more high stakes, or if you like, it's like the first show of a tour with somebody and you're trying to prove yourself, or it's like one of the bigger shows you played. Those ones I think I get nervous, but I think it's not like out of control. It's like something you can use as, like energy or adrenaline.
Yeah, channel the nerves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you guys have toured quite a bit so far. Do you have any favorite places that you've been as a band? Venue or city or country?
Philadelphia was really fun. They were just there to party. Like they were just there to have like the best time of their lives. So like the energy was really good, and
and it was the first show of the tour with Tessa Violet. So it was like a really good introduction, I guess. We didn't really know what to expect, and it was like the best possible thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good. And then as a place, probably we did like a mini tour in Europe, and a lot of it was in Germany. I think that tour has influenced like our what would you call it, design sense, visual sensibilities or something. I don't know. It's like we like loved how everything looked over there, and all the venues have like this really cool kind of like clubby look to them.
Like your aesthetic.
Yeah.
Brighton was also. I remember we played in Brighton.
Yeah.
Oh, in the UK here.
Yeah.
Cool.
And was that the second show? The one that was like underground, like in the basement? That loved Brighton. Everyone was super friendly. The show was really awesome. It's such a cool place too. Like it was just like a really fun couple days.
Yeah.
I've been told that I need to go to Brighton like at least 20 times. They have really great like music scene, good vintage stores and stuff. I haven't been yet, but I'll have to try to get there eventually.
It's super cool. Yeah.
Anywhere in mind that you'd love to go someday that you haven't been yet on tour?
I'd like to tour in France.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still haven't played France.
It'd be fun to like maybe play in Iceland or something, like somewhere like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I think it might be. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to go to like Tokyo or Seoul to play a show.
Yeah.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Any crazy or weird stories from your tours? Anything weird happened to you at shows yet?
Nothing like ridiculous. Just like tiny things that were like that was weird. Like what's going on sort of thing. I remember one really clearly. It was at a show I think in it was in Hanover in Germany, and at the end of our set, or the end of the other, we opened for another band. It was at the end of the other band's set, and they kind of like brought us on stage, and they're like, we like kind of like were on stage for the last song, and then they're like their last song finished, and this woman comes up on stage and goes like, okay, now it's time for the interview, and then like I remember the drummer of the band like just looked at me and went, I think this is really weird. And she like started trying to ask us questions. We're like, did she work here? Like, what's going on? And then like somebody came up and was like, you have to get off the stage. She was just like some random lady who just like,
what?
Right.
Like the audience member?
Yeah. She's like, now it's time for the interview.
That's so funny. Yeah, that is bizarre. Cool. Okay, that's the end of the first round of questions. On to the first game. Okay, most likely to is the game. Most likely to set something on fire for fun or by accident. Just most likely to set something on fire.
I was gonna say Aiden.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Most likely to not look at their phone for 24 hours.
Aiden, for sure, yeah.
Most likely to get like a wild haircut or a spontaneous tattoo or piercing. Like who's just wild with their appearance? Any of you?
Carson.
But well, I was gonna say Nolan though, but
I would get
hair.
I think I would get a joke haircut. And not telling you what, like the haircut's like a joke. Like I'd have it for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like,
we have the one where like, they shave the face into the back of your head with like
yeah,
something like that. Oh, you should shave your own face into the back of your head.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But Carson would do the tattoo.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Most likely to hype you up for something. Be like your hype man. Get you pumped.
Do we do that?
We do, but we like all participate.
A mutual hyping.
Like do you have like a pre-show ritual? You hype each other up to go perform on stage?
I don't know.
Well, on the tour for Tessa, we did this thing where it was like we would like scream "Where's the limit?" and then and then someone else would scream "There are no limits."
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that was gone from my memory.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. I like that one.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah. But most of the time we don't.
Most of the time we don't. We just kind of like
it's more just like
everyone does their own thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was for that one. Right before we went on, we screamed that.
Yeah.
We'll keep doing that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Who's like the luckiest? Who just catches insane breaks in their life? Any of you?
Ooh. Oh, for a while we thought it was Carson.
Why?
Because
I just lucky?
Because Carson was like the first when we moved here. He was like the first to get a job.
Well, I've been working on that for a long time.
I think Carson has like it's like he doesn't like break it up. It's like he'll have big streaks of luck and then big streaks of bad luck.
True.
And he's
There's
like, what?
even balance in his life.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's not really split up in an even way. It's like all at once, either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your bad thought lately? Oh,
What?
your
Maybe.
It's like computer screen goes down.
Oh yeah.
And like
oh, yeah.
my computer speakers go down.
Yeah.
And like all this other stuff. And Carson's like, it's always me.
Yeah.
But then like for the next few months, so like some like other crazy good stuff will happen.
It's just a trade-off, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeps you humble.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of most likely to.
Cool.
I wasn't keeping score. I don't know if any of you were keeping score. I don't know if it's
no,
most
yeah.
likely to, but I think it was pretty even. It was pretty even.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your main hobbies outside of making music, non-music related?
I like to run. I think I don't have a lot of hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
So probably just that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, and I used to I like making videos and stuff, but that kind of has translated into the band stuff.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah.
Just picked up any new hobbies during lockdown, like to entertain yourselves? Gardening or baking sourdough?
I would bake sourdough.
Oh yeah, no.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get the whole starter thing where it's like freaks me out.
It's
But-
kind of freaky.
It is freaky.
Yeah, you have to like
Yeah.
feed it. Take care of it.
I have a friend who's super into fermenting things. Like he makes his own kombucha, his own kimchi. He said he was gonna start pickling things. I feel like making sourdough would be right up his alley, but
Yeah.
do you remember what the last cool thing you got to do before lockdown was? Like something in retrospect you're really glad you got it in under the wire?
We played a show in February, so
Yeah.
I was like cutting it pretty close, I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We also played a show in March, but
We
I wouldn't.
did, but I
don't know
kind
if
of
that
was a bad show.
It was
I
So
forgot
just
about that
forget
one.
about
Yeah.
that one.
I think the coolest things we were gonna do this year were supposed to have happened, but before.
Yeah, we got to play a show pretty
Yeah,
close.
we got to play a show.
So
We moved, which was fun.
yeah.
As fun as moving could be.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a new
I don't like
place.
moving.
You're like,
Moving's not
we're in a new place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's mine actually too. I moved literally 2 days before lockdown here in London.
Wow.
Wow.
And I'm really glad I did because now I'm close to parks and places I can go walk, which is
Oh,
nice.
sweet.
Okay, does music carry a different weight now that you make it yourself? When you're listening to it, do you kind of is it different than it used to be listening to music now?
I think so.
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
I think I analyze I have a hard time
Yeah.
listening to a song without analyzing it.
Yeah. So it's like a blessing and a curse. Kind of makes you
Yeah.
think of the technicalities and stuff.
Yeah, and then I'm always trying to put it in the context of would I make this? What would I do if I made this song?
Yeah.
Or, and it's super annoying because it's hard to enjoy stuff sometimes.
Is there anything you guys have been listening to over lockdown, that you recently got into that's helps you kind of calm down or just relax in this crazy time that we're living in?
I've been working on meditating, but I'm not very good at being consistent with it, so I'm trying to work on that. That would be the only new thing I think for me.
Yeah, I feel like I listen to more music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Carson does yoga now.
I do yoga now, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's relaxing. Yeah.
Very zen.
Yeah, I'm more
Yeah.
flexible now. I used to be so not flexible. It's a nice trade-off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just go on a walk and listen to music probably, or I don't know, sit in the field.
Yeah.
Chill.
Pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Has anything about the way that you perform or play your instrument or make music changed since you started? Probably a lot has changed, but what specifically, if you can think of anything, has
I
made
think
you started?
maybe the biggest thing would be like, I don't know when it changed. It's not super, like, it's a more recent thing, I think.
Mhm.
But like we switched from like a band mentality to just like a music mentality, if that makes sense. Like we didn't want to make, even though we're a band, we didn't want to make band music.
What do you mean?
I guess we're like less rigid in our roles. Instead of like, it's like I play bass, I'll do the bass part, like sort of thing. It's like just thinking of like the overall like music part of it. Like, is it a cool song versus like, can we play it live, or can we like, overthinking it? Just more trying to make cool music.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Okay, that's end of second round of questions.
Cool.
Next game, would you rather? So just dive right in here.
Cool.
Would you rather forget everything you've learned since birth, or never be able to learn anything new again?
Oh,
I would oh no, that's tough.
Well, you
These
could
are the hard-hitting
thought
questions.
everything, you'd just be restarting from now.
That means you couldn't read.
Well, you'd have to go. There'd be 20 years in the making again.
I think I'd rather do that. It would be hard. It would
Yeah,
be
I think
hard,
I'd rather
but
do that.
Yeah, so not learn would suck.
Yeah, because I like to learn new stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, the idea of like being just stuck, like
Now?
static, like as me forever, is definitely more scary than like having to relearn everything and be able to
Yeah.
learn more stuff.
Yeah, because you did it once, you'll be able to do it again.
Yeah,
totally.
Okay. Would you rather be able to pause time, or be able to rewind time by 30 seconds?
Pause time.
Pause time.
Pause time.
30 seconds, I feel like isn't enough for me to want to do that. I feel like it would have to be like
A year?
no, like an hour. Or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do pause time, I think.
Yeah, I think there are like times where it's like, okay, I just needed to
Stop.
I need time to stop for a second. And I don't know, I feel like the past is like, it's in the past, and I'm okay with not being able to
Go back.
go back and
Oh
change it.
yeah.
Okay. It's good. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or fly through the air?
Fly.
Fly.
Yeah, fly.
Fly would be sweet.
Fly.
I mean, both would be cool.
Both would be cool, but I think fly. I mean, I don't know what's underwater.
Yeah, water is
It's
a
only explored
mysterious
like
place.
5% of the ocean or something like that. Like, what's down there?
That's true. There's not many like large predators in the air that could
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
like-
pretty safe in the air.
watch out for airplanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, would you rather only be able to eat the same meal you last ate for the next month, or wear the exact same clothes you're wearing right now for the next month?
Eat the last meal.
Oh, I don't have a problem with wearing the same thing.
Yeah, I would just, I'm like, sure.
I'm kind of working on that. I want to find like something that I can wear like all the time, like a Steve Jobs thing, where you just don't have to think about it. But I could do either.
I'd eat the last meal. Well, I mean, my last meal wasn't. It was just like eggs. It wasn't that great.
What was
But,
my last meal?
well,
My last meal was like I
Barbecue.
had some chips last night.
Well, it's not a
I
meal.
wouldn't count
Like,
that.
that's the thing, is you could go
count
back
what you
to a
have for
meal.
dinner. Barbecue.
Oh, barbecue. No,
Yeah, that's pretty good. What?
Not every day though. That would kill me. I'm gonna have to go with the clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's the end of Would You Rather. That was it.
Sweet.
Thank you. So last question, I always like to ask if you have a favorite quote or piece of advice that you've been given that's really helped you in your life.
Mm,
You want to share?
Gotta dig deep in my brain for that one.
yeah.
Yeah, take a second.
I have two. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. There's one. Spotify does these like I forget what it's called, but they like interview artists and they ask them what the best advice they've ever got was.
Mhm.
And it was Kamasi Washington. And he said, I don't know who told him that, but he said, be stubborn on your goals or stubborn on your dreams, but flexible on how you get there. Was a good one. And then I don't know the exact quote, but my dad was still is a big Steve Jobs fan, and he has this like printout of like his Stanford speech on his wall in his office. So every day I would always like see it. And then there's something he says about like when you remember that you're gonna die, everything that's not important falls away in the face of that. So if you can remember that, then you can kind of understand what's really important. So I think that it's very dark, but it's been helpful.
Yeah.
Heavy for sure, but yeah, it's good.
I don't know. One. There's definitely been better pieces of advice, but I just can't remember right now. But one that I do usually remember is I don't know who actually said it, but it's in this like Shay Pope video. He's like a producer, and he says it's like written on his wall. It's like distraction is the enemy of vision, and I've just always like that's just always stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why, but maybe it's just a reminder not to let too many things distract you from like the end goal, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've just heard in lots of interviews with like successful artists where it's like people like they always just like a really common thread between all of them is that most of them say just to keep going, like just trust yourself and like keep going because eventually like everyone else around you will give up and you'll make it in the end. So that's something that keeps me going. It's like as long as I keep working.
One that I got from the first band I ever interviewed, the bass player was like, Dory, just keep swimming. That was his.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Okay, so you guys just released your new single, Running, in August. The acoustic version came out September 4th. You've got an EP coming sometime.
Yeah.
It's on
Is
the
there
way.
anything else that you'd like to promote other than that stuff?
I'd like to promote Running because the video was very hard to make, so I'd like people to see it. But we have a song coming out in like late October, so song and video. So keep your eyes peeled.
Cool. Okay, great. Thank you guys so much. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thanks for
us.
having us.
I don't wanna try when everything is on the line, no relief in sight. 'Cause if all that matters is how I turn out in the end, then I got all this time to spend